This is the BlackBerry KEYone, a phone I've waited for so long, and in the end, BlackBerry was kind enough to send a review unit. There was a lot of confusion regarding the release date in Germany, but in their newest press release they noted May the 16th, so that was yesterday, as their newest launch date for Germany. So just if you were interested. But let's get back to the device. BlackBerry has released several phones in the past. The BlackBerry Priv, which was a good idea, but the execution wasn't too much. A bad build quality, a high price, and a below average physical keyboard just wasn't a successful phone. The DTEC 50 and 60 were great devices, but people were kind of put off because it just was a rebranded Alcatel phone. This time, I think that BlackBerry Mobile is on a good way of finally getting back on track, as well as into the smartphone business. I only had the phone for about 24 hours, but it seems like they finally got it right. The build quality is phenomenal. The keyboard finally is back to BlackBerry standards, and the battery is out of this world. But let's get into my first impressions more specifically. When you pick up the KEYone, it feels like a premium high quality phone. It has a certain weight to it, and the not too thin design makes it beefy, great to handle. I really appreciate the thicker design because it doesn't feel too fragile like a Samsung Galaxy S8 does, for example. The aluminum frame, the corner glass on the front, and the rubberized back all fade into a seamless body, and it really feels great in the hands. Something else I immediately noticed was the device feels narrow, making it easy to fit in one hand. And if you experience enough with a physical keyboard, typing with one hand shouldn't be too difficult. Speaking of the keyboard, let's get a closer look on it. It has glossy buttons, which is a first to BlackBerry actually. I was kind of skeptical at first, but typing on it isn't too different from the traditional ones. Your thumbs do feel sweaty though, even though they're not. They're really clicky, even though they're not as loud as the keys on my BlackBerry Passport Silver Edition. It also incorporates a fingerprint sensor in the spacebar, which is extremely fast. Also a first again for BlackBerry to incorporate a fingerprint sensor into a physical keyboard device. It never had any issues regarding my prints, and it was unlocked immediately. I always press the spacebar while turning it on, even though you don't really have to. I just like the feeling of pressing a physical button. It also is touch enabled, so you're able to scroll and swipe on it, just like on the BlackBerry Priv or the Passport. While I shoot a specific video about the keyboard featuring tips and tricks and features the keyboard has. But as I said, that will be in a different video. This is just a hands-on, and it will cover my first impressions. And the keyboard is good so far. It has the power button on the left, which is a problem for some, but I'm kind of used to it now after using the BlackBerry Priv and all the DTEC devices. On the right side, it features the volume controls and a convenience key which can be programmed to all sorts of things, like opening the BlackBerry Hub or the Google Now launcher. On the front you can find the ear speaker and a RGB LED for notifications, just like the traditional BlackBerries. The top features a 3.5mm headphone jack and the bottom a USB-C connector. It supports Quick Charge 3.0, which charges your device to 50% in just 36 minutes, as well as a boost mode which slows down the phone a bit in order to charge it even quicker. And if you're wondering, it does not have stereo speakers, it's just a mono speaker on the right. And I'd say they're about mid-quality. I'll just play a song I found on YouTube, it's royalty free, I hope I won't get into trouble with it. Of course it's not picking up the real audio, but just that you get an impression of the sound quality. Skip a bit. That's the sound quality. Pretty loud, it is really loud. Okay, I guess that's it. It features a 3505 mAh battery. Keep in mind I only used the device for about 24 hours, but I didn't even charge the phone overnight. It's 5 PM now and I'm still at 25% after quite heavy using of the device. I really appreciate the battery life coming from the BlackBerry Priv, where it definitely is not good. It has a 12 megapixel camera on the back, which has the same sensor as the Google Pixel, as well as an 8 megapixel camera on the front. I'll get into the image quality in my review, or I'll even upload a specific camera video since I didn't really use it yet. The internal specs are a bit low powered for the regular phone reviewer geek, but they often forget that BlackBerry had a reason to put the Snapdragon 625 processor into the BlackBerry KEYone. It is extremely battery friendly, which is a huge plus for productive people, to which the phone is aimed, I guess. In my usage, I've not encountered any lag, which is a first to me, considering the BlackBerry Priv was acting up in a really bad way. It was crazy. Let's get to the screen. It's a 4.5-inch Full HD display with 434 pixels per inch, and it features a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is kind of odd, but that is of course because of the keyboard. It's really bright and sharp, and I really don't feel like a 4K screen was necessary. An AMOLED display could have been nice to push the battery even further. Because of the odd aspect ratio, you can see black bars on the top and the bottom of YouTube videos, or any videos in general, which are normally shot in 16:9. For heavy mobile YouTube watchers, that might be a problem, but I can honestly live with it. I've used the BlackBerry Q10 and even regularly watched YouTube videos on that device, so definitely it's not a problem for me. It also features the typical BlackBerry launcher and apps. For example, the pop-up widgets, which allow you to quickly open and close widgets, as well as a stock-like launcher that also features a dark mode. Hub and Detect by BlackBerry are also included, but I'll get into those apps in my full review. So that were my 24-hour impressions with the BlackBerry KEYone. It definitely is not a full review, and you probably noticed that I feel really positive about the BlackBerry KEYone, and that is because it is such a well-executed device in my opinion. So if you're already able to pick up the BlackBerry KEYone, and if you're in the need for a physical keyboard device or you really want to try it, I kind of have the guts to already say, go for it. I know it's just 24 hours, I only had the phone for 24 hours, but I've never owned a phone which was so nice in the first day and had so positive impressions on me. But that's just how I feel. So let me know in the comment section below what you think about this video and if you'll order or buy the BlackBerry KEYone. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel to stay updated with KEYone coverage and other BlackBerry 10 and other phone reviews. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it. Make sure to follow my social media channels that you see right now, and my BlackBerry Messenger channel pin is in the description box below. See you in my next video. Until then, bye.